Yeah, the one the front fell off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very typical. I'd like to make that point.
Hey guys, welcome back. So we've all heard the phrase, the point of no return. Yeah, this is a good example. So we just cut this off. We just used a cheap brand or a Porter Cable Sawzall with a big ass blade. About a half an hour of work. And there she is. I haven't weighed it yet. I gotta buy a scale. I'm gonna try to do that later. I keep forgetting. But yeah, we basically just picked right in front of the strut towers, made a straight cut, then I tapered it a little bit and terminated it here. And I wanted to keep this because this is 2 fender points that I picked up on my jig, which I guess I could have picked up this one. I didn't think about it. But anyway, it seems pretty good with these two. And that's where the 2 negative jigs go. So I haven't tried them on since I cut the front off, but in theory, in the future, I'll be able to install the negative jigs to build the mounting points needed to pick up the headlights and fender and bumper and stuff. So pretty cool. Man, it looks so weird. I've never looked at my car and not had a front end on it. It just looks crazy. So kind of in shock, kind of looking at it a little bit. I can't believe I did. I can kind of believe I did this, but it's still kind of crazy. Man, I sure hope. I think the plan will be to make the front end bolt on. So it's kind of cool. These where I cut these off. Funny enough, Mazda had some steel reinforcement inside of there. God, look how thick that is. It's like a 1/4 inch thick right there, all the sheet metal that came together. But anyway, we're going to clean those up because I cut that one a little bit closer to the plate. Looks like they're slightly different. So I'll clean it up a little bit and cut a piece of steel that just kind of goes in front and plugs that whole thing off. And we don't have everything figured out, but I'll probably like drill and tap that piece before I put it in there or whatever, because I want something to bolt to that I can remove just to make it the front end removable. Got to think about it a little bit because it might be part of the crash structure. So I guess if I do bolts, I might want to do some really beefy ones for that purpose. I had to think about that because structurally just to hold radiators and stuff, 1/4 inch bolts would be fine. But if you were in a wreck and you expect that to absorb energy, yeah, not so much. So we'll think about it. But man, this feels good, I think. Hopefully I don't regret this tomorrow, but I feel good now. We got some, like I said, man, I wish I had the scale. I'd tell you guys. Let me see, let me just pick this up. It's not super, super heavy. That's like 30 pounds. I don't know. Maybe 30. I'm not sure. It's not that heavy. It's also thin. But either way, it's the very, very front of the car, and it's gone for now. So we're going to look around a little bit more. I still got more metal to cut out of the front of this. And we still got to pull that crap out. And then there's plenty to do in the back. So we'll get back to work. But I just wanted to show you guys. It has begun. So I went and bought a scale. It goes up to like 80 something pounds. It's actually for weighing luggage. But it's got a little strap. You can just hook something to it. And it actually reads out to 2 decimal places. But I rounded this. But yeah, I weighed a few things just because I have it. So this front piece we cut off, 36 pounds. And coincidentally, rear subframe with all the dirt on it, also about 36. And here's our front subframe. Oddly, 32 pounds. My Google searching said that this weighs 40 pounds, so I'm kind of confused. Maybe my scale's way off, I don't know. But yep, that's what it says, 32. So I bought some scales, like, you know, bathroom scales. These little cheap ones. This is only like 11 bucks a piece, and I bought a pair of them just because I was going to basically kind of like set 2 together, put a piece of wood across, and then I can set heavy things on it to see what they weigh. But it really made me think. Let me just kind of show you. I'll make this quick. Imagine if you had the 2 scales like this and you put a piece of wood between them, or maybe you spaced them out a little, and then you put a piece of wood between them. You could set something heavy and weigh it. But I kind of realized I could just buy 6 more of these and use it for corner weighting the car. Which the main thing I want to do is just see how much the car weighs as an assembly. I've always wanted to do that, and you know, they say if you can't measure it or whatever, you know, you need to be able to measure things. So I think we're going to do that because I keep looking at scales online. And it's basically $800 to $900 for the cheapest set I can find that'll do a car. And I already bought 2 of these. I'd only have to buy 6 more, so you're looking at like maybe 70 bucks. And I would need some wood to put across from them, but I think these would work. I've got these two big ass pieces of wood here, and that might be enough. And I got some other stuff back there, so I mean, worst case I'd have to buy like one thing maybe, but it looks like I can make that work, and that'd be awesome. At that point, the other thing is, since I have a lift, I could essentially get the car, pick it up to where the wheels are off the ground, and then just slide these under the car, like under the tire, and just set the car down. So we're gonna do that. Haven't done it yet, I just decided, but I'm totally gonna go buy some more of these scales, and we'll be able to weigh the car moving forward. And then this is the little cheap, like I said, this is for doing luggage, but I've never seen one of these, but it's pretty cool. Just got a hook. You have to hold it up with your hand, but it tells you how much things weigh. Kind of nice. We'll check maybe I'll check the accuracy of that. I got some free weights at my house, so I might try weighing them just to see if it's accurate. But yeah, pretty cool. Moving forward, we're definitely gonna be tracking how much weight for things, because for example, like the subframes, I totally want to lightweight these, but I need a starting point so I know how much of a difference it made. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, figured I'd show you all that. Hey guys, welcome back. So we've been spending the last hour and a half or so cutting metal off the car. So like we talked about, we've begun removing metal from the rear of the car. So we started with this piece that goes behind the bumper. So you can see these little pads are still stuck on there from I haven't cut those off yet, but you can see this is floating, this whole quarter, and it's on both sides, it's loose. We cut this little box out, so if you look in the trunk, there's like a little tray over here, and then that's the one the battery goes in. We cut those out, and some of the metal that goes up around this is gone, and that inner fender wheel well liner that kind of turned down right here, we cut those out. So what we see over here, I got it all stacked up on the scale. It's not super heavy, but I'll show you. Zoom this sucker in. About 18 pounds, maybe a little over, depending on how it's kind of hard to get the perfect. Call it 18. So, I'll show you. Let me pause it real quick. Okay, so that's all the pieces. Looks like more when you take it all off the scale. Yep, that's about 18 pounds worth. So, considering, what, this was 36 that we took off the front, and that's 18, so what's that, 56, 54? That's 54 pounds so far. Now, we'll have to put something back in the front and in the rear, but it'll be lighter, I'm certain of that. Or I'm pretty certain. So, pretty cool stuff. Still got plenty to do, but we gotta knock off and get some rest so we can get more done tomorrow. But yeah, so tomorrow, essentially, that's going, all this is going. Same thing over there. And that cross piece right there, pretty sure I'm gonna cut that out too. That one might do a little bit, but I don't think it does that much. And I think most of the load is gonna be trying to push it this way, not sideways. And the subframe has strength on its own, so this structure seems a bit redundant once you bolt the subframe in here. So yeah, that little sheet metal tub where the tank goes, that's going. That cross piece is going. A little bit in that corner, clean that up. We're gonna cut probably all of that out, and I'm thinking about cutting this piece out because I can see there's metal behind it, but you can't really see how much. And I don't know. We might actually want to strengthen that area, but potentially. I don't know what's behind it. It looks like that piece that curves. Looks like it ends up in there. So we're not gonna cut that out, but we might cut some of the sheet metal out. We'll see. That's stuff to do tomorrow. But man, pretty cool. Glad to be making some progress on this, getting some weight out of here. It's pretty funny. So with this thing on the lift, I can grab like the back of the car right here. If I lift on this, I can pick it up and make the car pivot on these, which is, you know, pretty close to the front, and there's no engine in the car, so it's not like there's a whole lot of weight forward of that point. So the tub's really not that heavy. So kind of cool. But anyway, that's enough for now. Till next time, y'all take it easy.